How about a driving tour through 6 countries in the Balkans? It's extremely common to board our Ryanair flight by walking across the tarmac and up the mobile staircase. Travel light and only with what you can carry. We got to bring it up these stairs. We flew in last night to Hungary, into Budapest. Took a couple of hour ride and stayed at a hotel. The Hotel Koenig. Checked out nice and early this morning, and we're heading to Slovenia.
Slovenia, yep. Go tour some caves.
Nice and cool out this morning. It probably feels around 55, 60 degrees. The sun's out. We had rain last night. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, but I had turned it off.
The data roaming. So I do have to turn on data roaming when we get to Slovenia.
Yes.
Coming up on some trucks. Trucking center, it looks like. Hope we'll see a gas station soon. We want to top off on fuel. Leaving city limits is indicated by a sign with the town name with a red slash through it. Charging stations at that place. Wonder if that was like a rest area.
I don't think they were branded Tesla though. They looked like a Redbird.
Oh, well, I just assumed that was Tesla.
So we did not come in this way.
So we just crossed over the border into Slovenia, and it's really quite lovely, but there was not a lot of fanfare. We went through border control, which was just a large canopy in a parking lot, and we were waved right through. I wish there was at least a sign that said, "Welcome to Slovenia," but you said you saw one and it was...
It was just a small round sign that was blue with stars around it, like an EU thing, and it said Slovenia in the middle.
It's nice that we're back to the euro though, because when we were in Hungary, we were working in their currency, and I paid 2,000 Hungarian currencies for hairspray this morning. In Slovenia, we visited the Postojna Cave and Castle, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, underground in the cave, and this section, as smooth as it is, was not man-made. This was all natural cave. The small trolley train has been in existence for quite some time for tourism. Just got dripped on.
levels are above us, but most of them are either collapsed or hardly accessible. Around 60 meters below us are the youngest passages where still the river flows and continues its work. Makes its way through the ground and then slowly drifts through the ceiling of the cave. On its way, it dissolves the limestone, which is deposited in the cave later on, so either on the ceiling or on the ground.
The curtain or veil growths on the ceiling come from deposits that drip with water that runs along an edge or a seam. This is where she said number 6 for spaghetti. Yep. Stalactites and stalagmites in Pastjana Cave grow at an average rate of about 1 millimeter per 10 years. This slow growth rate means that even the tallest stalagmites, which can be over 16 meters high, have taken thousands of years to form. Dramatic lighting here makes all of these features easy to see. At the end of the tour, we got to see the river that carved the cave system.
€2. Guy is a little worn out, but I got my crushed penny.
How'd you like the cave in Slovenia?
It was great. It was really good. We had a great time. Train ride in, train ride out, and walking tour through some of the big caverns there.
What was your favorite part, the river at the end?
Yes, to actually see a river that's still carving caverns. Was
Actively.
Really cool.
Yeah.
There's Carlsbad and all the others, there might be a little stream, but here it was a raging river. So that was neat to see.
See you down the road, Jim.
See you down the road.
Today we are walking the Gorge Trail in Slovenia. And it's a timed entry, pay to park, and it is incredibly phenomenal, majestic, beautiful. This is a bucket list hike for sure. They issued the helmets, you have to wear them, because there's falling debris and low rock formations. It's a beautifully maintained trail. Carved by the Radovna River, the Vintgar Gorge is one of the most popular and well-known natural sites in the area. It was opened to the public in 1893. Today it features a hydroelectric dam and one of the largest stone arch railway bridges fully preserved in Slovenia. We saw fish, one fish swimming upstream or trying to. We're wondering where the kayakers are. The water looks incredibly clean. We passed by the rapids further up. Just look at the striations of the rock and the colors of the water. I hope you all get a chance to come here. Did you see that?
Down the road.
It was a long climb up and out of the gorge, and it was very interesting to see how the landscape changed so rapidly. The village church of St. Catherine is located at a beautiful panoramic point in Horn near Zagreb, Slovenia. It can be accessed along the ancient Gods Trail. This Gothic church comes from around 1400. We finished up our stunning hike, which went on for about another hour, and then we headed a short ride over to Prejama Castle. This medieval marvel has been perched in the middle of a 123-meter high cliff for more than 800 years. Behind the largest cave castle in the world, there is a network of secret tunnels from where the knight Erasm of Prejama would set out on his plundering expeditions. The cave under Prejama Castle is the home of a colony of bats. Next up was our walking tour of Ljubljana, Slovenia. Ljubljana is Slovenia's capital and largest city. It's known for its university population and green spaces, including expansive Tivoli Park. The curving Ljubljana River, lined in outdoor cafes, divides the city's old town from its commercial hub. Ljubljana has many museums, including the National Museum of Slovenia, displaying historic exhibitions and the Museum of Modern Art, home of 20th century Slovene paintings and sculptures. We learned on our walking tour that the city became pedestrian only about 20 years ago. You know, we always enjoy a visit to the post office. Controversial sculpture outside of the church. The church grew a large tree in front of it to shield it from the statue, which they thought was in poor taste. The oldest castle in Slovenia is Bled Castle. Here we are at the top looking out at the beautiful turquoise water, colored as such from the glacial silt in the water. This castle was built in the 11th century. Ljubljana Castle, built around the year 1200. Skojan Caves was up next. This one was even more exciting than the last cave system that we had viewed. Not too many pictures from inside. There was an incredibly deep, cavernous area where the river ran through. This site flooded as recently as 6 years ago. Flooded so high that it closed the cave system for 2 weeks. At the exit of the cave, you have several options to get up out of the area, and I chose to take this shorter walk, and Jim took a much longer walk. You'd be happy too if you were avoiding walking up this many steps. Next, we hear from Jim with his comments on the way he walked out of the caves.
So this is a stone bridge. One of the hiking trail options is to climb a 400-step staircase, and you cross over this bridge above me here, getting you to the visitor center. I chose the easy way out. It's only 500 steps over a kilometer. So this is a view of that same waterfall from up above on a bridge crossing over this ravine. It's flowing out here and into the cave system we just toured. And there's the vertical walls I still have to climb to get up to the visitor center. It's a glorious day. Still hear the roar of the waterfalls and the rapids in the distance, but here at the mouth of the cave, the water is still and dark and inviting for a swim. But these walls are over 100 feet tall around me. In some areas they're over 160 feet tall or more. It's an incredible place to visit. I'm thinking this might be the #1 thing I've ever done. of course, it's really only the number one thing after being there for the birth of my children, of course. I think there's 2 of them.
Too much good stuff for one video. Look for part 2.